Witam wszystkich. I hope you guys are doing absolutely fantastic today. I'm Mysticle, and I'll be bringing you the latest in AR and VR news.
So as usual, you've got chapters down below to skip to any specific part of this video that you might be most interested in, and with that being said, let's get right into it. The first piece of news is not a very good one, but it's one that I'd say probably most of us expected, as GTA San Andreas VR has been confirmed finally to be on hold indefinitely. This is something that's been just kind of up in the air, and Meta never really explained or talked about it ever since they announced it. Well, now, reading from Upload VR, Meta finally confirmed that GTA San Andreas on Quest is on hold indefinitely. So yeah, for those of us waiting, and I'd say there weren't many left, we now have a confirmation that the thing probably isn't coming out anytime soon. On something that is coming out, actually has come out, Quest HDMI Link. Something incredibly interesting. For those of us that need very low latency while playing 2D titles on our Quest, we now have Quest HDMI Link, allowing you to plug any HDMI device into the Quest and essentially use the Quest as a massive floating monitor for that device. Meaning that if for whatever reason you actually wanted to, you can now play your PlayStation, Xbox, or PC even on your Quest via HDMI. Maybe someone else is using the TV or something, and you need that screen. You now have an option to do so. This is a first-party app that has appeared inside App Lab. Reading from Upload VR, Quest headsets just got an interesting new capability via the new Meta Quest HDMI Link first-party app. The app lets you view the screen of almost any device via a UVC capture card. The hardware device that takes in HDMI or DisplayPort and outputs a compressed video signal over USB. Capture cards can be used with smartphones, tablets, consoles, and more. For example, you can use a Lightning to HDMI adapter alongside a capture card to view your iPhone on a giant virtual screen inside your Quest. Meta says the app supports up to 1080p 60fps input and recommends that you set your capture card to that resolution and frame rate. That's actually interesting. I wonder why it wouldn't support a higher render resolution, especially with the sizes of the screens that you can make. On a completely different topic, here are some interesting things from Twitter. Fen has posted the Facebook Messenger app now has a new Codec avatar camera permission. Don't know much about it otherwise though. So I have a few interesting theories. This is either going to allow your phone to use your Codec avatar with a virtual camera, or this is the kind of precursor to what will eventually become their method of scanning your face for codec avatars. In case you don't know what codec avatars are Meta's incredibly realistic avatars. And they have shown off the option in the past of using your phone to scan your face and create these codec avatars. Now, this isn't available to the public yet, but again, I think this might be a precursor to what might eventually be that fully fledged feature, allowing you to create that codec avatar by just scanning your face with your phone. And this might just be built in to the Messenger app. But again, we don't know much about it. I guess it's just really cool finally seeing codec avatars show up again, since they don't actually show up that much nowadays. A lot of you have been telling me that you haven't gotten Meta AI or haven't gotten the features of Meta AI that you thought it would have, and are quite disappointed with Meta once again. Well, according to Luna, for those in supported regions, which once again tells me that Meta AI isn't actually going to be supported everywhere. So if you guys aren't in a supported region, well, you might not actually get Meta AI, which is very unfortunate, but this is just the way things are with Meta. Meta AI is rolling out as a successor to voice commands on Horizon OS. You need to be on v68 Plus and can find it in settings and experimental. So if you guys aren't seeing it there for whatever reason, well, either reset experimental settings, restart, and hopefully it's going to show up, or well, you might not be in a supported region. On smaller news, the Quest has changed a few UI things from Luna. Tibbet in Meta Quest Horizon OS v69, the display theme settings page has received a refresh to show the current universal menu UI. As up to v68, it was the 2022 OS. Strings suggest it may also be renamed to themes. Maybe we'll see user or third-party skins eventually. iPhones have recently gotten the option to change the colors of their icons, and Androids have had icon theming for, well, I don't know, since the very beginning with third-party launchers, etc. So this is something that a lot of users have been using on their phones in order to customize their devices and in order to, you know, make them feel a little bit more theirs. And seeing something like this on Quest would be really, really cool. And while some people might say that this is like a really old feature that, you know, used to be super popular on Android back in the day, and now it's not really cool anymore, I don't know how much I agree with that, to be honest. I would like to theme my icons on Quest. They would probably end up being like super pixel-like, to be honest with you. I'm boring. And the problem with some icon packs on phones is the fact that they don't actually support all your icons. So most of your icons are going to be this like one unanimous theme, and then all of a sudden you just see this one icon that doesn't fit, and it hurts your brain. So I've kind of moved away from icon packs for that exact reason. But let me know your opinion down below. Would you skin your icons, or would you leave them the way they are? I also think Meta should allow for third-party launchers, actually. I think that would be really cool. I think a lot of people could do some really cool stuff with third-party launchers on Quest. And I know third-party launchers already exist, but you can't set them as the default launcher, which is a problem. But I don't think that's ever going to happen. And one more thing from Luna is the Steam VR Link app for Quest has now added hand tracking and has added back support for 2D gaming inside Steam Link. The latest Steam VR plus Steam Link for Meta Quest beta update adds hand tracking support and re-enables 2D game streaming. So in case you guys use the Steam VR Link app, you can now use it with hand tracking and also play your 2D titles on it once again. Pico has confirmed their Ultra is coming soon. Not that we didn't already know that with the amount of leaks and images that have come out. This was pretty much obvious, but ByteDance has now confirmed that August 20th is their China launch date for the Pico 4 Ultra. Last week, Pico announced a product launch event for August 20th, with social media posts strongly suggesting it being a new headset. But new social media posts today suggest that this will only be the China launch event, with a launch elsewhere coming at a later date. The post refers to the headset as Pico 4 Ultra, a name which was also seen recently in an image leaked on Chinese social media. But it's possible the headset might be named Pico 4S elsewhere. In March, ByteDance trademarked Pico 4S, and icons of ringless 4S controllers were found in the Pico Connect PC VR streaming software. To read from their Twitter, prepare to be amazed by the Pico 4 Ultra. The all-new Pico headset is here to transform the way you interact with technology. Save the date, August 20th, for the Pico 4 Ultra China launch. So this is interesting, but it doesn't really impact us here, apparently, because this is only the China launch event, but it's still exciting to see Pico launching a new device. Hopefully, it will come out in the rest of the world in the future. Flat2 VR has now announced more ports, in case you guys are into flat screen games being ported into VR. Fresh off of its announcement of joining the A16Z Speedrun Accelerator program, Flat2 VR Studios has announced 4 existing flat screen games that are getting official ports for all major VR headsets. We've got Wrath, Aeon of Ruin VR, we've got RoboQuest VR, we've got Flatout VR, and Trombone Champ Unflattened. In case you guys know any of those titles, you will be seeing them in VR, ported by Flat2 VR in the future. Talking about a title that was quite popular inside virtual reality, but never really got there on Quest, Google Earth VR. Yeah, that was a title that my mom actually played quite a bit to visit places, even if, you know, the quality of Google Street View might not be the most amazing. And while on phone it's okay, when you jump into virtual reality and actually take a closer look at these buildings, you realize that, well, the 3D mapping is good, but it's quite terrible in some places, actually. Google Earth VR was an early and enchanting app for the first generation of modern PC VR headsets, but unfortunately it never made the leap to the standalone era. Now a new app, Fly, brings the magic of exploring Google Earth VR to Quest and Vision Pro. Now available on Quest 2, Quest Pro, Quest 3, and Vision Pro, Fly aims to bring the magic of exploring Google Earth in 3D in a fully immersive way. Beyond just being able to explore the globe to your heart's content, Fly aims to be a more immersive feel than its spiritual predecessor. While the original Google Earth VR essentially had you floating around as a disembodied camera, Fly is thematically built around the idea that players are piloting a drone that can take them anywhere. That is pretty cool. So it's kind of like a flight simulator almost, but it also lets you see the world. The studio says Fly uses Google Earth's 3D map tiles, offering a massive Earth-sized space for players to explore, including full 3D geometry in many major cities. The project was purportedly started in collaboration with Google, but was put on hold for 4 years. It's really cool finally seeing this thing come out. As I said, I actually used to spend quite a bit of time in Google Earth VR, and so did many others that actually came to try out VR for the first time, because I don't know what it is. It's like, it's one of the first things that comes to your head when you jump into VR. I feel like you get to explore the world in places that you wouldn't normally be able to go to. And yeah, the quality isn't as good as it is IRL, trust me, but still, the feeling is kind of there. Either way though, that's going to be it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please do leave a like. If you disliked it, I guess it works too, but let me know why down below. If you guys are not yet part of our community, check out our Discord and our Reddit down below. I want to see you posting your spicy memes, and thank you so much to all the Patrons supporting this channel. You guys are amazing. Seriously, you are what makes this possible, so much love. And thank you to anyone else supporting the channel in any way, shape, or form. As usual, if you guys want to be notified of content coming up on the channel, make sure to smack that subscribe button with before I ding my bell and see you again in the next video. Peace.
Olu, pani Olu, chce pani coś zobaczyć? Pani tam śniadanie zabija. Masakra. Dam ci to gdzie indziej, babo, boś mi tu nakropiła już.